committees. One of the committees I served on created the home occupancy ordinance. We had people working on fire, wineries, ag, and if Lori had come up and said, or Sue or anybody else had come up and said, we want to create a committee and work on community regional lines. So create a committee and work on community, because what the rest of us did. So, an offhand, Bill, Lori, Dawn, Ellen, we're all in those meetings. And one morning, Noel Breel talked to Lori for the better part of 20 minutes to explain exactly what we were commissioned to do by the Board of Supervisors. We weren't there commissioned to do what they wanted us to do, which was to disapprove Sandstino. We couldn't do that. Now, I want to just give you a couple pieces of information real quick. Level of service F, 53 miles an hour. 53 miles an hour. And offhand, it's my closing statement.
That has nothing to do.
Excuse me, it's my closing statement. The second part about that is that the Caltrans numbers, try to get them. Call them and ask them for their assumptions. And their assumptions, you're going to end up going through FOIA to get those. Secondly, we have a situation, or thirdly, pardon me, we have a situation that housing is really important to it. Did any of you live in Blackstone? Nobody. Well, I'll just give you an idea here. Blackstone, the kids go to Silver Valley Elementary School. Then they go to Camerado in Cameron Park, and then they go to Union Mine. And each time their classes split because there's not enough kids. They have a fully empty elementary school that's already built, sitting down in Valley View. It's called Valley View Elementary. You can go down there and take a walk around it. We don't have proper planning between the supervisors and the educators, and we're going to kind of work on that. I want you to also understand that the starts that you're seeing, especially out here off Latrobe Road, those starts were approved in 1996. We have only had 237 parcels approved since 1998 until roughly 4 months ago. Lastly, I'm going to ask you to vote on no on M&O, and there's a website you can go to that's got a lot of information. It's called edcarp.org. You might want to write it down. It's going to give you a whole lot of information, and I thank you very much for showing up and be part of the process tonight.
Voting yes on that?
Pardon me?
You're voting yes on that?
No. Why would I?
I'm asking.
You're on that website voting yes.
They're saying they're voting yes on that.
I know they are, but I'm on that website because I agree with the no on M&O.
Okay.
And offhand, I just sent out a ballot to 800 people with no on M.
I'm going to keep this short. I'd like to start by recognizing our newly elected District 2 Supervisor, Shiva Frenson, who has joined us this evening. I didn't see any other supervisors present. If I missed them, I didn't see Mick in the audience, so I just want to make sure I recognize all the supervisors. It sounds like she was the only one here this evening, so thank you for that. One of the things relative to reg reform that people need to recognize is there was a lot of issues with respect to the Brown Act compliance on reg reform. I have a lot of experience with Brown Act, having served on the Fire Department Board of Directors. One of the reasons I backed away from reg reform a little bit was not only because I'm still working and don't have the time to spend there, but also I didn't want to be involved with a process that didn't strictly abide by the Brown Act. And the Brown Act requires agendas and certain things, and there's been a major issue relative to reg reform. Reg reform has accomplished a lot of significant things. I don't think the way they went about it was necessarily completely within the law. That's just my personal opinion. So the other thing I wanted to encourage everybody to do is just vote, study the initiatives, understand them for yourselves, share information with your friends, but vote. That's the most important thing we can all do is go to the elections or vote absentee and vote on the initiatives in one direction or the other. So thank you for your efforts this evening. We appreciate your attendance, and hopefully you can take away something that's meaningful to you this evening you didn't know before you came. So thank you all.